This is episode 9 of the Living Luppy podcast, Excuses. I'm starting over and I'm older and I'm wiser times 50 years. Welcome to the Living Luppy podcast. A fat musician tries to lose 200 pounds and learns a whole lot of lessons along the way. And now, weighing in at 433 pounds, with a total weight loss of 21 pounds, here he is, your host, Luppy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Living Luppy podcast. My name is Luppy. I am your host, as always, because my name is in the title, so I have to be the host. That was the contract I signed with myself. Anywho, sure, darn glad you guys are here. Thanks for tuning in. It's going to be a good show. This is episode 9. We're going to talk about excuses. So, something I know well, and I'm sure a lot of you do too. So, today on the show, we are going to weigh in, and then we're going to talk about the week, the last week, and the pros and cons, and the battles I had to take on, which leads us into our battle notes, and we're going to talk about excuses. Then we're going to take a quick break, hear a word from our sponsor, and then we get to hear a brand new song of the month. Every month we feature one of my songs, and I got a brand new one for you this month, so for the month of July. So we will be checking that out, and then we will have our health fact of the day, our challenge of the week, and then I will leave you to have another awesome week. So, sure, darn glad you guys are here. This is always a good time for me, and I hope you guys are getting something out of it too. Hey, do me a favor if you can, and go over to iTunes real quick. If you're not already, please subscribe to the podcast there on iTunes. It's a great way to listen to it too, right there on your smartphones. And love it if you could leave a rating and a review. 5-star rating would be great. But hey, speak your heart, man. Let us know how we're doing. And even a quick review would be really great and help us move up the ranks there in iTunes. So go on over to iTunes and check that out when you get a chance. That would be much appreciated. All right, let's get into the show. Are you guys ready? Are you excited? Are you excited, kids? Are you excited? Okay, let's do the weigh-in. Every morning I weigh in here on the podcast, and I did that this morning. So let's check it out, see how it went. All right, there you have it. The weigh-in this morning was 433 pounds and also 47% body fat. So, let's talk about it. I gained 2 pounds this week. And when I started this podcast, I said that it's not always going to be victories every week. And as a matter of fact, it hasn't been many victories. It's been a lot of hard weeks. And as much as that sucks, because I'm not moving towards my goal, I'm also kind of glad it's happening while I'm doing this podcast, because the whole point of this podcast is to figure out why we do the stupid things we do and how we get caught in these ruts and keep making the same mistakes. And I really want to figure out for myself, and maybe hopefully help you guys figure stuff out for yourselves too, is why we keep doing this, why I keep doing the same things and expect different results. It's the definition of insanity, right? So the truth is, I'm not on a super huge, gung-ho, yeah, man, I'm all in, I'm not there yet. I really believe I will get there, but I'm not there yet. And I remember even when I was going to start this podcast, thinking like, I'm not quite to that gung-ho all-in thing. Should I even do this podcast yet until I'm like there, you know? But I decided to start it anyway because this is exactly the stuff I want to catch. This is exactly the stuff I want to talk about and learn from. I mean, it's fun to watch a guy just dropping 10 pounds a week and just I'm fired up and, I'm working out every day and yeah, dude, I mean, that's fun and inspiring, but it's not always real. It's not always where everybody is at, And so I decided to start this podcast and then and catch this stuff and talk about this stuff, this part of the path. I almost said journey. This part of the trek to catch this part of it, and that where the really hard stuff happens and where I'm not sure why I can't get my head right. And that's the stuff I want to figure out. And I think that's the really good stuff. So I'm glad I started this podcast. I just hope you guys will stick in with me on the journey. Seriously, dude, didn't even think about it. Just a journey. All right, well, I just want you guys to stick in there with me. I know every week isn't a big, huge weight loss, and actually this week is gained weight. But this is where we really learn about ourselves. And so this is really the point of this podcast. So what happened? Like I said, I'm not really 100%. I'm not 100% like gung-ho, let's do it. I am definitely eating better. I'm definitely eating a lot more fruits and vegetables. I've cleaned up my diet a lot. I quit drinking. That was a big thing, and I've stuck to that. I'm doing a lot of things right. But, I am overeating at night, pretty much every night, and I am still having a hard time getting consistent on fitness. I've been letting a lot of other things come before, just going for a 30-minute walk. That's all I'm trying to do right now. And I get it in probably 3 days a week, but I want it to be more like 5 or 6. So those are the two things that are holding me back, and there it is, 433 pounds. You can't hide on the scale, So, so what is it? It's overeating at night. That's the biggest thing. I'll make it through the day usually eating pretty good, but then at the end of the night, I want to eat pizza. I want to eat nachos. I want to eat ice cream. Yes, our friend ice cream has come back into the picture. That son of a bitch. I've let ice cream back in a little bit, and man, it's good. Ice cream is so good, man. It's my new drug, It used to be alcohol, but now it's ice cream. And I was able to get rid of it for a long time. I'm not eating it every night of the week again, but I can see it getting there really quick. And so what do I need to do? I need to face the addictions. I need to get rid of ice cream. I need to get rid of added sugar. I need to get that out of my diet. I need to get rid of chips. And I think I need to get rid of cheese. Because not that cheese is necessarily like completely awful, but it doesn't have a whole lot of nutritional value. It doesn't do a lot for you. It's protein, I guess, and it has some vitamins and stuff, but it's not as good as like veggies and fruits and stuff. But even more than that is when I eat cheese, I eat a lot of cheese. And there's two problems with that. First of all, just the calories, because there's a lot of fat in cheese. So the calories are high. So you're eating a lot of calories. Second is I think it is kind of messing with me. Like I don't feel real good all the time. After I eat cheese, I usually don't feel very good. And even when I was a kid, I was diagnosed with a milk allergy, with a dairy allergy. Dairy allergy? That's hard to say. So I think I still have that, yet I love cheese and eat cheese and then don't understand why I feel like crap. Like I just don't feel good when I eat cheese. So I need to eliminate that. So those are the challenges right now I'm facing, is getting rid of sugar, getting rid of chips, getting rid of cheese. I think if I could conquer those three things, I would be able to, I'd be cleaning up my diet pretty well. Now, I know that But then actually doing it is the hard part. And that's what I'm having a hard time just committing to. And I don't know why. It's really frustrating because it's like this is all here for the taking. Like my goals, my fitness, my health, the results for you guys on the show. It's all right there in front of me. All I got to do is do these couple of things and bam, I'm going to start dropping pounds. But I just can't get to that point where I'm like, yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm more excited about eating ice cream. I have some ice cream left in the freezer, and I'm already thinking about coming home from my gig and eating it, And I need to get to the point where reaching my goals and feeling better every day is more important than that reward at the end of the day. And I know that I will get there because I have been there before, and it feels awesome. I remember I was there before, and I remember feeling like I could relax. I'm like, yeah, I finally got this down. Like I really have control of my eating. This is awesome. I think I'm good for the rest of my life now, And then maybe what might have been my downfall is that I just kind of got cocky about it or whatever and let it in a little bit. And then next thing you know, bam, ice cream addiction. So, yeah, man. So those are the things I'm working on. I know what I want to do. I have my goals, my cards right here. Where are they? I don't know. I have these little reminders for those on the video. I have, my things, my goals, my reminders of why I'm trying to lose weight. I'm showing them on the video if you're listening. But it's just a list of, physical things that I'm trying to avoid, and a list of like things that will be awesome, like getting on an airplane and fitting in a seat. When you're 433 pounds, you don't fit in a seat and you can't buckle the seatbelt. Flying sucks, and then that makes you not want to go anywhere that you can't drive to. And I hate that. I want to be able to get on a plane and go somewhere. Sure, I can, but it's just going to be miserable. So then I just make excuses. I can't, go out. All right. And, well, that is a beautiful, beautiful segue into our battle notes. Bam. Let's talk about the battle notes today. The battle notes. Today we're going to talk about excuses. And I am full of them, and I'm sure a few of you have made them as well. Just like I already have been talking about, that's what I've been doing, is just making these excuses. My big ones are I deserve a reward at the end of the day. I work hard every day. I have to adjust my shirt here, make it look a little more professional. Come on, man. This is a professional podcast. There we go. Suck it in, fellas. We're the Ghostbusters. All right. Yeah, my big one is I deserve a reward at the end of the day. You work hard all day. I have lots of gigs. I'm very busy, and that's great. I'm teacher, I'm a gig player, I'm a musician, and I also have my own music career that I'm pursuing, so that, that's a lot of work to do all that stuff. At the end of the night, I want a reward. I want a pizza and I want ice cream. That's my number one excuse. Followed by, this day just won't be a good day if I don't do something fun at the end of the night, which is movie and food. And that's a big one that I'm stuck in. It's got me. It's an addiction. The thought of not doing that at night is really depressing, which is so stupid. Like, I'm an adult. That sounds like a child. Like, it is kind of like a pity party or a child that doesn't get their way. It's like, I got to do the thing I like, or I'm going to just cry and throw a tantrum. I'm like, dude, seriously, how old are you? It's ridiculous that we still deal with these things as adults, but sometimes we're still kids inside and we want our way, And I know that that's really what it is. The other big excuse for me that I have a hard time with, we're all humans and we can't be perfect, right? We're not perfect, and it's okay to make mistakes. You need to forgive yourself and love yourself. I preach that every week on this podcast. It's super important to not hate yourself or live in shame. You have to love yourself right now as you are today with your addictions. Love yourself. You're awesome the way you are. and that's absolutely true. But then the flip side of that is that can easily become an excuse to do the things you want to do. Because you're like, well, I'm not perfect. I'm a human, so I'm going to eat ice cream tonight. I'm not perfect. I'll try again tomorrow. I'm not going to hate myself. It's a really fine line because I don't want to hate myself for it and be mad at myself. But at the same time, I am mad that I'm letting myself do it continuously. So that line between perfection and allowing yourself to be a human being and loving yourself still is a really blurry one for me. And I'm the first to preach loving yourself, but I also struggle with it, and maybe that's why I preach it, because I know I struggle with it too. Is it's real easy to use that as an excuse. And dude, being 433 pounds, it's not okay. Like I know most people will hear that and be like, dude, that's messed up. You need to love yourself. I do love myself. I love myself. I'm awesome. But I don't think being 433 pounds is healthy. And I feel it every day. My knees, my feet, my elbow. I have heart palpitations all the time. Like, I just don't feel good. I feel better now that I'm not drinking and stuff, for sure. But I know I'd feel even better. It's hard. I'm still out of shape, It's hard for me to do much and not just be kind of tired. So, as much as I do love myself and I don't want to be shameful of who I am, I also don't think it's healthy to be 433 pounds. I mean, how many 80-year-old 433-pound people do you know? You know what I'm saying? I want to live a long, healthy life, and so I know I have to do these things. I have to make changes, yet I'm stuck in these habits and making these excuses for them. And I'm stuck in this middle ground where I'm kind of pissed at myself, but then I'm like, that's not cool. You have to stay positive, and I totally believe that. But then how do I stay positive and accepting and still know and be committed to making these changes that I know I need to make? Yeah, in a loving, positive way, sure, but I still need to make them. I don't want to live the rest of my life 433 pounds. I want to be that 250 pound or less, 220 pounds probably is my ultimate goal, fit and, person. I don't want to wait to be happy till I'm that. I need to be happy now, and I am. My life is awesome. I am happy in a lot of ways, but there are things that are holding me back because I'm so big, and I hate that. So I'm in this really hard place of loving yourself, accepting yourself, but also knowing that you need to change. You know what I mean? And that just becomes an excuse. It's really hard, and I think that's kind of where I'm stuck right now. And I don't know how to reconcile it. I'm not totally sure. I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to be honest here and talk about it. But I haven't totally figured it out. In the past, I think when I've had success, I had this vision that I'll be happy when I lose 200 pounds, right, or whatever. And that drove me to lose some weight. But I also think that's really unhealthy, because then I don't know if I was totally happy along the way. I was always living in the future. And you want to enjoy today, which I think in that way I'm better at that now. Like I am living a little bit more for the day and enjoying the day. But then sometimes that easily becomes an excuse to like, well, I'm going to enjoy the day. I'm going to eat a pizza and ice cream because today's a great day. It's weird. I used to eat out of kind of depression and sadness and loneliness. And now I eat mostly out of like happiness, exciting, like a reward. Great, I got all this stuff done today. This is awesome. I'm so excited about the stuff I'm doing. Cool, I'm going to watch a movie and eat some food. This is awesome. Great day. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. I guess it's good. I'm glad I'm at least happy eating instead of sad eating, because sad eating sucks. It's really, really lonely and sad and depressing, and I'm glad I'm not there anymore, But all the same, I'm still ultimately doing the same things, Eating too many calories, eating too much crap food. So, I don't really have an answer for this. I just wanted to talk about it. It's what I'm trying to deal with, and what I'm trying to be aware of, and what I'm trying to come to some kind of reconciliation for. If anybody else out there is dealing with that, I hope you're finding some answers too. I just want you to know you're not alone. I am very much dealing with the same thing. And maybe we can hook up on the Living Loopy podcast Facebook page and talk about it. I want that to be a place where we can discuss these things. So, so let's keep talking about it. Keep being honest about it. For sure, love yourself through this process. But at the same time, don't be afraid to try to change. So, all right. Good talk. Good talk, Rusty. Vacation, funny. All right. Once again, it is time to take a quick little break, and we're going to hear a word from our sponsor. If you are interested, our sponsor is me, just, FYI. But if you're interested in sponsoring the show, please get a hold of me. You can reach me at Living Loopy, Living Loopy, Luppy, livingloopy@gmail.com. Twitter, Loopy1, Facebook page, facebook.com/Living Loopy. Remember, Loopy is always Luppy. Get a hold of us there and let us know if you're interested in sponsoring the show. Otherwise, we are going to hear more about my stuff. It's all about me, people. All about me. Holla. All right, let's check it out.
ChrisLoopySwan.com.
So I throw my hands up to playing my song. The butterflies fly away. Not in my how lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. 'Cause you had to be a big shot, didn't ya? You had to open up your mouth. You had to...
I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around. For more info, ChrisLoopySwan.com.
Jump around. Lack of action, it's got me feeling callous. This was Cialis before Cialis. No satisfaction, it's got me feeling famished. This was Cialis before Cialis. This lack of action, it's got me feeling callous. This was Cialis before Cialis. No satisfaction, it's got me feeling famished. This was Cialis before she was a French girl. I knew her from around the island in the head twirl. Just the way I liked it in my head world. Round every time I saw her in my periphery.
All right, there you go. That's our new song for July. Alice before Cialis. That's one of my favorite tunes I've done of late. It's a true story about my time in the Caribbean. I'll just leave it there. It's probably not one for the kids. It's more of adult-oriented material, but we got to get these things out. And that time on the island was very. It was a hard time for me, so I made a song out of it, and hope you enjoyed it. It is, of course, available on iTunes, so you can go over there, download it, and put it in your eardrums right now. Alice before Cialis. All right, that brings us to our health fact of the day. Are you guys ready? Every week, I go on the interwebs, the internet's there, the webs, the wwws, and I find a health fact, and I don't research it at all. I just write it down. I pass it on to you people and just pretend it's totally true. So there you go. No research, no work done here. But I do try to find things that make sense and seem real. So today's health fact is, here I got it on my notes. I got to read it to you. It's a long one. I couldn't memorize it. Okay. On average, people who complain live longer. Releasing the tension increases immunity and boosts their health. Now, that's a pretty vague, I don't know if there's any statistics to support that, but somebody believed that was true, and they put it on the internet. But it does make sense. I think a lot of us hold on to things, and it eats us away inside. I know I totally do that. That's why this one kind of resonated with me. I totally kind of hold on to things because I'm a people pleaser and I don't want people to be mad at me. So I just kind of let things, slide. I don't say anything when I probably should. But the problem with that is it just builds up. And then you end up doing things like becoming an alcoholic or eating ice cream every night. That's how these addictions start, is because you're holding on to all this tension inside. And you need to get that out. Now, I don't want to become a negative complainer who's constantly negative and, because that gets real old too. We all know people like that, and you don't want to become a super negative person. But at the same time, you need to get that stuff out. You need to not hold on to it. And now there's proof because this person posted this on a website. But it makes perfect sense that if you complain, you're getting that stuff out, you're going to live a lot longer. Stress does a lot more to our bodies and our minds than I think we realize. And holding on to all those, all those things and people who've wronged you and the frustrations from your day, and holding on to that is not doing anything good for your health. So, my challenge of the week. It's time for the challenge of the week. Challenge of the week, challenge of the week. It's the challenge of the week. Boom. There you go. New song for the challenge of the week. All right, our challenge of the week is I want you to find a friend. Now, a lot of us probably already have this, but if you don't, you need to find a friend, and I want you to make a pact with that friend that you can come to each other and vent, all right? Now, it's not just a one-way street. You get to vent to them. You have to let them vent to you. A lot of people just want to talk and not listen. But the only way this works is if it goes both ways, because if you are just the one to vent, all of a sudden that person's not going to want to talk to you as much. And you're going to be like, wow, that's really weird. We have great talks. We always have great talks. I don't know why he doesn't want to hang out. That's what a lot of people who are just talkers and not listeners think. They're like, oh, we have great talks. No, you listen to yourself talk, and you felt great because you got to talk all the time. But a really, truly great talk is one that goes both ways. You get to talk, then let the other person talk. So I want you to make a pact with a friend that you are going to be able to vent and listen to each other, and that it's going to be a two-way road. You're going to be able to vent to them, they're going to be able to vent to you. And that you're going to be able to either text them if you don't have much time or call once a week and get this stuff out. I have a good friend that I do that with, and believe me, it is very, very helpful. And every time we get off the phone, I always feel a lot better. So I want to encourage you to find that today. Find a friend, make a pact, and get this stuff out. Don't just hold on to these injustices and these emotions. Get them out. Complain a little, and you'll live a lot longer and be a lot more of a positive person because of it. All right? All right, well, that brings us to the end of the show. I am sure darn glad you guys were here this week. I had a good time talking at you, and I hope you got something out of it, and I hope that we can continue the conversation over on Facebook and or on Twitter. Get a hold of me on Twitter, and let's chat it up. Let's talk it out. I want this to be a place where I can get things off my chest, sure, but I want you guys to be able to do that too. I want this to be a community, and I want us to help each other, and I want you to know that you're not alone, that there are many other people out there struggling with the same things you are. So love yourself, hug yourself, stay positive. You deserve good things, I promise you. And I want you to know that. I got one new big announcement before we go. I have a new website coming, so stay tuned for that. We're launching in a week, and it's going to be the portal for all things Luppy. It's going to be the home for the podcast. It's going to be the home for my music, and I'm also offering a whole lot of services as well that you can hire me for, whatever like services that I offer. So I'm super excited about this. I've been working really hard on it. I'm really excited to let you guys see it finally and to launch it next week. It's going to be livingluppy.com. So get excited about that. It's going to be really cool, and it's going to be another place where we can all come together and work through these things, all right? So thanks for listening. This is going to be an awesome week. I believe in you, all right? Let's do it. I'll see you guys next week. Peace. For more information, go to facebook.com/livingloopy. And make sure you make your way over to iTunes, subscribe, rate, and review. We'll see you next week right here on the Living Loopy podcast.